now, whether you catch it now or you catch it later, I want you to check me out, MarilynLauria.1 on Facebook, because I'm going to be talking about why it's more important to be soul aligned.
Hey everyone.
Hey guys, how are you? I wanted to share that to my Instagram, but it did not work right away. So I'm going to give a few minutes here for us to, I'm going to fix my top first, for people to gather. This is a really, really important topic, and it's a topic that is very, very close to my heart. It's really important that we talk versus soul purpose. Everybody gets caught up in purpose, and they're like, oh my goodness, I don't know what my purpose is. What's my purpose? And it's really more important to be aligned with your soul than to worry about your purpose. Hello, Lisa. So while you guys are all gathering here and answering questions, I'm going to try this one more time with Instagram. And because I want to get my Instagram, I'm starting to get really active on Instagram, guys. So definitely follow me over on Instagram. And I want to coach you on this call. I'm going to be coaching you on what it means to be aligned versus your soul's purpose. I just did a money block call for my Soul Finder Academy students. And what comes out of that, like you think your money issues and you think your job issues and you think your, you don't know your purpose, or you don't know how to do what you want to do. And it's really about soul alignment. It has nothing to do with purpose. And by the way, I have a free gift for you. And if you put the word soul in down below, you're going to get the thing that changed my life. You're going to get the thing that changed my life. So if you put soul in down below on the comments, you're going to get that. Okay, let's do this together. Matter of fact, I'll do it this way. And I'm doing this right now as reals. Come join me in Marilyn Lauria 1 on my Facebook business page, because we're going to be talking about why it's more important to be soul aligned than to worry about your purpose. Whether you're seeing this live or you're watching the replay, I can guarantee you it's worth it. All right. I am getting good at this stuff. What do you think?
And I'm doing this
all right. So now I'm going to share and just going to say, join me. And that's all I'm going to say, because I don't have time. So we'll see what happens. All right, good. So put the word soul down below. So the reason why I want to discuss this, which I think is super important. Hello, Angel. Hello, Anne. Hello, Carolee. Hello, Christine. Hello, Maurice. Hello, Anne. Again, is because in every career iteration that I had, I never set out to do it for a career. I always followed my interests, and I followed my what I wanted to learn, my curiosity, and then I came upon a career. And as a reader, as a medium, when I was doing a lot of readings, a lot of people would come to me really frozen in their soul purpose. They were just stuck. And that dominoes into every aspect of your life. You get stuck in every single aspect of your life, wanting to leave your husband, wanting to leave your wife, wanting to leave your career, wanting to live the way that you want to live. And what happens a lot of times in readings is people will say to them, oh, your purpose, looking into the crystal ball, your purpose is to be a healer. And the person leaves the reading like, I know, that's what I'm meant to be, a healer. But now what? Tell me if any of you have had this experience, because I've heard this from so many people. But now what? What do I do? Do I study Reiki? Do I study hands-on healing? Do I study matrix energetics? What if I make the wrong decision? That's my bad acting. And then they get frozen and they don't move. They don't budge. They're freaking petrified of making the wrong decision. So they don't do anything. So that by the time they came to me, I'd be like, oh, you're a healer. You have hands-on healing. I feel healing in your throat, blah, 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 blah. And they'd be like, oh, when they get a minute to talk, because you're not allowed to talk for the first like 20, 25 minutes in a reading with me. And they would be like, oh my goodness, I am a healer. I was told I was a healer, but I don't know what kind of healer I'm supposed to be. So I didn't do anything. I didn't take the class. How many of you have heard this or have done this? And I would sit there and I just did a rampage on my personal page about spiritual teachers, which I'll do in a second. But I would get so like, well, in the reading, I don't get emotionally attached at all. When I would leave the reading, because the reading is channeling, you know, I'm not supposed to be there like, you friggin' idiot, what are you doing? But Marilyn gets really mad because I'm like, first of all, these people need to give you more friggin' information when you're in readings with them about your talents, about your goals, about your experiences, so you could tap into something tangible. And they're supposed to set you on a journey. The reading is supposed to be the beginning of the journey, not the end. And you're supposed to feel aligned and you're supposed to feel excited and know what to do. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to have questions, because you will. And it drove me nuts. And people would be so afraid to do anything. And they're so afraid to make a choice, because what if it was the wrong choice? What if it wasn't? What if I did that and spent all that money on that and that wasn't my purpose? So then they disempower themselves and they don't move. How many of you friggin' relate to this? I need to know. And if you don't relate to it, that's cool too, because I'm not one of these teachers that's like, you've got to agree with me. I want to get into conversation with you people. I want to know what's going on with you, because I'm telling you, you can see I'm a little bit on a soapbox right now. I am done with people being frozen in time. What traumatic experience happened to you that stuck you in time, where you're not taking any action steps to change your life? What are you waiting to happen in order to live the life you're meant to live? And what is your purpose here? And if you think it's one friggin' purpose, you're going to be screwed, in my opinion, because your purpose changes over time. So, hi, Susan. MK says, I can relate. My soul stars always follow me everywhere I go. Maurice says, yeah. Diane says, I can relate. Oh, a couple of things I've been on the fence and I've missed out on things. Yeah. So we're going to stop that. So put the word soul in if you want my gift. And we're getting ready to do the SASS Experience. And if you want to do that, go to joinsass.com, because I am going to kick your rear into motivation, into alignment, out of this subconscious thinking that's holding you back, into alignment with your soul, into soul ignition, into synchronicity. So I want to tell you a couple of quick stories, and then I'm going to take some questions and help coach you and read you, because I am done. First of all, I just did a rampage, and we're going to share it on this page. I am done with the spiritual teachers out there that tell you, drink my Kool-Aid and you're going to be cured for life. Nothing is 100% of a cure. Everything is an evolution. So Angel, the couple of things you should have jumped on, don't make that your story anymore. Jump on things now, because everything is a thread. It's a thread in the tapestry of your life. All right. So when I first started, I'm going to take this banner down because it's way too big for me. When I first went to college, I was going to college to be an accountant. My brother's like, what are you doing? You an accountant? I got a D in accounting. Like I should not have been. I could add and subtract math in my head really quick, but I couldn't be an accountant. He's like, go into TV. Now, I always wanted to be an actress, but I didn't think I could be an actress back then. So I went into television. He said, study communications. So I studied communications, television communications. And everybody said, get an intern. So I went to the thing and they said, okay, there's an internship at MTV. You want that? I was like, great. Went for an internship at MTV. Didn't know the department, didn't know anything, didn't know what the hell I wanted to do, was just studying communication. Worked in production management at MTV as an intern and stayed in touch with them. And then when I was graduating, they offered me a job. People were dying to get jobs in TV. I had a job before I graduated. Got a job at MTV. All of a sudden, I'm rising up the ladder. Didn't know this is what I wanted to do, but this is good. MTV was great. We had a blast. And then I was like getting uncomfortable at MTV because they weren't noticing my talents and they were rewarding other people. And I was like, F you, man. So I went to NBC Olympics, raised my salary, went back to MTV in a bigger job, was in charge of East and West Coast operations in news and specials. And decided I didn't like it anymore. I didn't know what else I wanted to do and started going back to acting classes, went into therapy. I was so confused. I was going to go for a master's in business. I was like, I don't know what I want to do. And then got a job offer in another production company. And then eventually at NBC, which raised my salary, started making good money, really good money. And was like taking acting classes because I was in a ton of therapy. And she's like, you need to get out of your skin. You need to get out of your insecurity. And acting classes are going to help you. So I went into acting classes. And my old love for acting came up, and the acting teacher took me aside and she's like, you'll get work. You will. And I was like, really? I'll get work? Like, that's the way my careers have been. So then I decided one day the light bulb went off. I'm going to be an actress. So then I became an actress. And then I'm moving along in my acting and I'm getting jobs and then I'm not getting jobs. And some bookkeeping on the side and I'm friggin' miserable. And all this psychic shit and dead people are showing up. And so I start studying that because I'm like, I got to learn how to work this crazy thing that's happening here because it's making me nuts. And you start giving readings for free because that's when you're studying, you have to see how good you are and you have to learn how your instrument is and all of that. And my readings are off the charts. And all of a sudden I'm like, I don't need to bookkeep anymore. I could do readings and go on auditions. So I start giving readings and going on auditions and give up bookkeeping. And then I meet a dead guy who was murdered. And he starts becoming my pal and he's hanging out in my house with me and he starts telling me who really killed him. And I'm into this whole like story. And I'm like, I don't want to go act anymore. I just want to hang out with these dead people. They're so much fun. Doesn't matter if he's bleeding all over my carpet. Who cares? You know, nobody else can see it. Only I can see it. So I leave acting and become a full-time medium. And then I'm like, you know what? I want to teach other people how to do this. They keep coming to me for readings and they could do it themselves. I'm not the only gifted one. So I start teaching people. And then I'm like, I want to gather these people in a community. I want to like hang out with them. So I create Membership for Your Soul. Then I'm like, their mind's chatter is getting in their way. So I create Soul Finder Academy. That is how it happens. So what's my purpose in all of that? What do you think? I want to hear from you guys. Be my branders right now. What's my purpose right now? What do you think my purpose is in all of that? That I ultimately ended up teaching people how to get in touch with their gifts, align with their soul, meet their guides, and live a life from their dreams. What is my purpose? Can somebody take a guess, please? Don't leave me hanging. There's 25 of you on here. Talk with me. I am not a Facebook Live person where it's one-sided. That bores the crap out of me. Is it that much of a delay? All right, so I'll tell you what my soul alignment is. Teacher coach. Thanks, Christine. Teacher coach. I like that. Helping others find their way. Love it. You guys are doing branding for me without even knowing it. Finding your balance and helping others. Love it. Love it. Anybody else? Help others shine. I like that one. All right. Well, I like that. Exactly. It's basically about empowering people. It's basically about motivating people through story. I love doing that. It's helping you to believe the dreams in your heart are meant to be lived and that you're not alone. So I've been in business for over 10 years. Only like 2 years ago, I realized, first of all, I'm an expert in guide communication. We know that. And, it's not the 1 to 10 exercise. It's the soul exercise. Soul. Whoever's on my team helping me here. It's soul. 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 This is the soul's list. I hope that's hooked up. That better be hooked up. Anyway, so enlightenment, thank you. So the thing that I've learned for me, what's my goal is I'm not the only one. We're all gifted. Everybody is gifted. Everybody. And gifts come in all different shapes and sizes. They could be listening to someone, coaching, motivating people, taking care of animals. They could be all of the above. So my goal is to get people to believe that the dreams in their heart are meant to be true, are meant to be lived. And I like putting you in the driver's seat of your life. I don't want you disempowered, waiting for that master teacher to come in and give you permission. I want you to give yourself permission. And then I want you to lean into the unseen forces that help you to live the life of your dreams. That's alignment. That's alignment for me. So that comes out in Facebook Lives. Now Instagram, I'm getting very active on Instagram, comes out in Soul Finder Academy, comes out in Membership for Your Soul, comes out in my numbers class, comes out in Symbolic Language of Your Soul, comes out in my podcast, Who Can It Be Now? Can you see where I'm going? So Soul's List, what you're going to get as a gift was one of the things my guides gave me that changed my life, absolutely changed my life. I have so much I want to say to you guys, but I want to also have time for coaching you. Let me tell you what the Soul's List is. It's going to change your life. So put the word soul in and get the Soul's List. So when I was just kind of teetering around in LA after 9/11, lost as a mofo, really lost, really depressed, really anxious, scared, literally just came out of like 9/11 from New York City, leaving my home, seeing my home explode, and then leave my home, the only home I really ever knew my whole life. My ex proposing to me and deciding not to do that, my other ex dying, going into menopause, all at the same freaking time at like the age of 35. And I moved to LA doing this. Like, what the? And then dead people are showing up. I mean, what the F? And I'm sitting there and I finally start talking to my guides and I start getting in touch with my gifts and my life starts making sense. And I start understanding things. And my guides, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm bored out of my brain. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. Help me. And they gave me this thing called the souls list. That's why if you put soul in, you're going to get it. And it's this list that I created. And they said, do 3 of these a day and it'll change your life. So I put it on my refrigerator, looked at it all the time. I listened to them. I did 3 a day. And in 6 months, my entire life was reflected on that piece of paper. That piece of paper that was wishes and dreams was now in my physical life. And it was through habit. It wasn't through, it was through habit, physically doing things. And through that list, I found my alignment. I found my truth. I came home to myself. And then through that, I started creating a career that I love. This is something I love, 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 love doing. What I don't love doing is seeing people struggle. What I don't love doing is seeing people not get the results in their life that they're meant to get because they're not following good habits. What I don't like is people feeling disempowered and not recognizing that they have all the answers inside themselves. What I don't like is seeing you reach another birthday and you're still not doing the thing that you're meant to do. I don't like that. So Soul Finder Academy, which is the SASS Experience, is an abbreviation of Soul Finder Academy, right? So we're doing the SASS Experience. If you want to know about that, go to Join SASS, get your friggin' ass in there because it's going to change your life. So I'm sitting on my deck. I finally make another dream come true because I just make dreams come true. When I'm in another one of those chapters right now where I'm like, this is chapter's ending. I'm ready for the next one. Stay with me, guys. I'm going to coach you. I'm going to help you. So put up soul if you want soul, if the gift. So I'm standing on the deck of my, and forgive my soul stars, they know these stories. I'll try to make it a little bit different, a little bit more fun. Standing on the deck of my house, 2 weeks, just moved in here. Feel like a Mack truck hit me. So much going on. And my friend comes to visit me. She's like my first boss in TV. Big executive in TV. Big. Good friend, really good friend. Threw me a going away party, everything. Love her. Was sitting on the deck. And she's thinking about retirement. And she started out her career and loved it and rose up the ladder like crazy. Like she's written in trade magazines. She's known. And she's coming to this point in her career where it's like, okay, well, there's going to come that natural time when she chooses to leave or they, whatever. I'm not going to get into her story because I don't have full permission. She doesn't even know that I created a program because of this. And she's like, I don't know what to do next. How do I find that? And she's looking at me and she's looking at the trees and then she's looking at me and looking at the trees outside my window, out on the deck. She's like, how'd you do this? And this whole light bulb came in and I went, I just never chose to be miserable in a career. I just constantly changed. And I realized at that moment that every time I went into a career, once I fell out of alignment, I left. I would not allow my soul to be out of alignment. I would not allow that misery because it was too hard. That disconnection was too painful. So I didn't explain all this to her because we don't really have that kind of languaging relationship between us. Good friends, but it's a different kind of friendship. But I just sat there, I had a claircognizant moment. That's when you learn everything at once. And I'm like, wow, I could teach people how to do this. I could teach people how to take their passions and reignite the light in their life again. So that's where so everything my guides have been doing over the past 10, 12 years up until this point at that deck, that pivotal moment in my life, the souls list, the 1 to 10 list, subconscious thinking, talking to your guides, all led to that moment. And I understood everything. I understood why I did what I did. And now I'm able to take it out and help others. So let me see where you're at. So you're all writing soul. Great. Okay. Now, here's my question. So let's get into some work here together, okay? Let's not make this a one-sided motivational conversation. I'm doing my best not to curse because we can't boost the video if I curse. It's really hard. I got to tell you, sometimes it's really hard for me not to curse. Do you know how? Wait, let me ask this first. Do you think it's more important to be aligned with your soul than to know your purpose, right? Alignment or purpose. Do you think it's more important to be aligned with your soul or to know your purpose? What do you think is more important? To be aligned with your soul or to know your purpose? It's pretty easy. Align with your soul or know your purpose. Do you know the difference? But I don't want to ask too many questions because I do that all the time. Aligned. Hello, Kim. So nice to see your little face again. Alignment. Janice, alignment. Align. Alignment. Alignment. Okay. 100% alignment. Great. Great. Now, are we ready to play together? Give me yeses. Give me the hearts. Give me the arrows. Shares. Share this friggin' video with your friend. Come on this journey. Soul, that's join SASS Experience. Come with a friend. Oh, you will love it. Aligned. So happy to be here. So happy you're here. So happy all my little soul stars are here. Remember, if you're a soul star, make sure you put in soul star. They go hand in hand. I like that, Susan. They go hand in hand. Okay. Now, alignment. You ready for this? Do you feel your alignment is directly related to your joy? Do you feel your alignment is directly related to your joy? You can say yes or no. Yes or no. Do you feel your alignment is directly related to your joy? Oh, yay, Lisa. I'm so glad. Lisa's part of SFA, and the SFAers get to bring someone. So she's bringing her friend Alicia. Diane says yes. Anne says yes. Christine says yes. Janice says yes. Great. Okay. You want ready for some fun? What are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? And for those of you just joining, put the word soul in and get your soul, get your gift from me. That's a gift. You are going to learn about Join SASS. I'm telling you guys, join SASS. Join it. You're not going to regret that $97. It is not going to be a regret. Okay. Wait, let's see where we're at. All right. You ready? Okay. So what are you passionate about? Give me one sentence what you're passionate about. Give me one sentence what you're passionate about. Great. Thank you, Nikia. Hope I'm saying your name right. Helping others. Helping others help themselves. Love it, MK. Okay, keep going. And while you do that, I'm going to show soul. That's my gift to you. You're going to love this. This is life-changing. This has been a life-changing tool in all my programs. Membership for your soul, Soul Finder Academy. It is a life-changing tool. It's going to get you off the effing fence. Because again, if how many people, wait, okay, stay with this passion. I'm going to ask the birthday question in a second. All right, hold on. Coming back to you. Let's see where we're at. Helping others, no brainer, join SASS. Thank you, Sadhana. Helping others help themselves, right? Working with animals, love this. I'm passionate about people and helping them, love that. Helping people and animals heal themselves. I'm passionate about enjoying my life fully. Okay, helping people up level from within. Hello, Christine. Love seeing all these familiar faces. Helping others. Why? Who is on here that's saying the 1 to 10 exercise? It's the soul exercise. Soul. I got to find out who's on here. Okay. Unless soul isn't working, team, let me know. All right. Helping moms feed their children well. Love that. Love that, Anne. Love that. Okay. Helping, yes. Helping others remove obstacles, blocking their fullest potential. Okay, you ready? Ready? So we have our passion. We've all agreed that alignment is more important than purpose, and they can go hand in hand. Yes, but we're going to focus on alignment. We're all in agreement that alignment is joy. It's about joy. We all now discussed our passion. Now imagine being in a reading, right? Okay, let me show you this. Imagine being in a reading and you're all in a reading, right? And the reader says to you, oh, Nakia, your purpose is to help others. Oh, MK, your purpose is to help others. Oh, Lisa, your purpose is to help others. Oh, Janice, you're supposed to work with animals. Carol Lee, you're going to help animals and people. And Susan, you're to just help people live life fully. Christine, you're going to help people too. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? And you're going to help moms. What do you do with that? So I'm going to show you what you do with it. You ready? What? Angel, you're going to help others now too. Could you imagine you leave a reading, you're like, that's great, I'm going to help others. Now what? Are you with me? So now, ready for more? Oh, I'm going to do some fun. Ready? What did you want to be when you were a child and why? Can't just say, I wanted to be a horse rider. Why? What did you want to be when you were younger and why? What did you want to be when you were younger and why? What did you want to be when you were younger and why? What did you want to be when you were younger and why? To be when you were younger and why? I don't like that there's a delay. Comma and why? What did you want to be when you were younger and why? What did you want to be when you were younger and why? Okay, so we now have gotten clear. I'm gonna keep going over the keys, the steps. Alignment's more important than purpose. Alignment definitely is joy. You're all clear on what you want to do. Your passion is. Most of you want to help others. You may want to help animals. Some of you are a little clear. I want to remove blocks. I want to heal people. I want to work with animals, helping people. All good, but they're still not niched down specific to your heart and soul. It's helping others as a general statement. Okay, what do we have here? We have, so now we're asking you, what did you want to be when you were younger and why? And Kim says, a teacher. I love helping others learn something new. Beautiful. A mom and take care of things, of people. I think that's MK. I'm a little confused. Teacher to help children and read and enjoy school. I wanted to be a doctor to help people. I was shown hands open to people in a dream as a child. I wanted to be a healer. I grew up with it and it fascinated me. Still does. Love this. I wanted to be a teacher because I like leading others. I spent my free time helping moms in the district with their kids. Love it. I wanted to work with animals. We've got a lot of alignment going on here. This is really fun. I wanted to be a writer because I love going into the world of imagination. Love that, Rochelle. I wanted to be a teacher so I could relay information. Okay. All right. So we have alignment, joy, your passion, what you wanted to be when you were younger and why. Can you see, I'm going to ask one more question. What is something that you love doing today? You absolutely love doing it today. You might have many things, but like I love learning. I love listening to podcasts and reading books and watching true crime. I love learning things. I love hiking in nature. What is something that you love to do? What is something that you love to do? Follow me here. And then those of you just joining, remember to put in soul. Soul. My shirt is like coming down, which is not good. I'm sure like I can't curse. We won't be able to boost the Facebook Live if I curse. If I flash a boob, I can guarantee I'm not going to be able to boost this Facebook Live. So we're really trying not to flash the boobs. Coaching and developing others. And Christine is doing what she loves to do. I wanted to be a wizard. I wanted the magic and imagination they have to solve things. Great answer, A&E say, by the way. Really great answer. I love learning too. Education, folks, on what I've learned. Transmitting energy to help others heal. I love practicing martial arts throughout the whole day. Love that, Maurice. Didn't know that about you. Gardening and dancing. Okay. Now, are you ready to put this together? Spiritual things. Love that, Juliana. You ready to put this together? Okay. So let's hide this banner because it gets in my way. We're all in agreement that alignment is more important than purpose because it leads to your purpose. We're all in agreement that joy is alignment. When we're in our joy, we're in our alignment. We're all in agreement of Everybody's in agreement of what they're passionate about. They're very clear about what they're passionate about. You all remembered what you wanted to be and why. And I did not see one thing that you couldn't do today. Now you know what you love, love, love to do. One of the things you love to do. I want you to take the thing that you love to do and what you want it to be and the passion that you have that you want to do, and tell me what you can do. What can be a purpose that can be come out of that, summarized out of that. So let me explain it, okay? So I know Maurice, right? Maurice is, he was a musician. He's such a beautiful soul. He loves helping people, right? So that's Maurice. He's also getting into food and nutrition. And I didn't see what he wanted to do when he was younger. Maurice, did he tell me? He was a martial arts master when he was younger, but a silent one, not a Bruce Lee kick. I taught youngest when I was 15. So here you have all these things you're kicking around, right? What could be Maurice's purpose? What could be Maurice's purpose? Well, Maurice is really into health. He's really into eating right. He's learning about health, right? He's also someone who is not a stranger to hard times. So maybe there's something that Maurice can bring to a community of kids to teach them about nutrition, to teach them about discipline, because martial arts is about discipline, to share his story about martial arts and discipline and food, and to maybe be a motivator in that area. Is that a possibility? I don't know. Can you see how you can put it all together and become something? So let's see. Watch the tatas. So it seems like you guys are struggling here. Let me see where you're at. So what I'm asking you to do is take your passion, helping others, take your thing that you wanted to do when you were younger, and take the thing you enjoy now, and tell me how those things can help the people you want to help. How can those things help the people? Okay, they're coming through now. Lisa, you're so funny about the tatas. I know, I'm like, darn, man. Don't let those tatas out. Okay, Jan. Teach others to be the best that they can be, to reach their highest potential, and to empower themselves and bring joy and happiness into their lives. Is that an answer? It definitely is. I can help people learn how to love themselves, how to get rid of fear, break that victim brand, and teach how to get out of pain and never give up. Is that a purpose? Did you just, Jan and MK, give birth to a purpose? Okay. Lisa, I can help people heal their traumas from their past. I'm going to help the younger generations as a regressive hypnotherapist. Teach people how to decorate their homes with placement and colors. I love this, Susan, for you. Love this. And Maurice agreed with what I told them. And astronaut healing healers. Okay. So you may be struggling, Juliana. So in one comment section, give me what you're passionate about. Give me what you wanted to be when you were younger. And give me what you love to do. And I can help you to align with your soul right now. And anybody who's struggling, that's what I'm going to do for you right now. I'm going to help you align to your soul. Help people become more balanced and heal. Great. So you want to take this a step further, right? You want to take this now into, let's go back to Jan. Jan, and a lot of the people that are answering have been in my program, so they know how I work. And Carol Lee, I love what you wrote. I want you to niche it down more. Being out with the animals, looking after them, helping. This is what she loves to do. Right? So now I want you to apply this, Carol Lee, to what you do. What I'm trying to share with all of you is if you want a career, some of you don't want a career, you may just want to contribute your time, which is great. I don't care about that. We just had a whole conversation with some SFA people, Soul Finder Academy graduates, about money blocks. And some of them were like, I don't want to make money doing what I love to do. I just want to do it. I want to exchange. And I'm like, still, you need to be clear of your genius in order to exchange. Because otherwise, if you're not clear of the genius inside of you, you can't put a value to it. You can't put a value to your expertise. So what I'm helping you do right now is I'm helping you to do a couple of things. One is I'm helping you to disassociate from labels from other people by remembering who you are and aligning with your soul. The other thing I'm doing is I'm getting you to think about your joy, because career, life is meant to be joyful. And we edit that out because we try to box ourselves into what other people think about us. And it's none of your business what other people think about you. Okay, so let's see what we have here if anybody's struggling. And remember, put in soul if you want the gift. And if you want to join SASS, go to joinsass.com, because you're going to have a kick-ass time. If you think this is powerful, imagine that for 7-8 days, okay? So put in soul. Let me just see what people have here. Juliana, did you answer? No. So Juliana, I need you to put it all in once. Okay, Kim. I can help people learn how to identify the beliefs that are impacting their ability to expand and teach them how to remove them. Love it. Super clear. Have a healing resort with rescue animals that will allow both human and animals to heal with dance, yoga, drumming, care of animals. Love this. Now, I'm going to keep reading a couple more because I have another question for all of you. Eunice, my wizard power is now helping me understand that food can help heal up the old stuff pain and not only be healthy, but change the story to be balanced. Eunice, I love that. The other thing you have, I was blown away by Eunice's membership in the Sun Soul Finder Academy, and I haven't been able to talk to you since because I've kind of just moved on to the next thing. But I was really blown away by how you did the panel. Everybody who was on the panel was amazing. And I got to know them. So we did a panel. We're going to do this in Soul Finder Academy too, with people who have taken the course to just teach you something. Because I feel like when you learn from other people, you're benefiting so much more than just learning from me. I believe in giving voices to many because they have a perspective that I don't have. And you have an ability, first of all, you have an ability to sell naturally. You have an ability to read. You read really well. You read something for me and I was like, holy mackerel, great job. You have so much with your wizard power. Now it's about taking all of that and putting it together, which is really great. Okay. So, I love this. So this is Trisha, who's on my team. Often we believe that which comes most natural to us isn't valuable because it's easy. That's the exact thing you need to put value on and get paid for. And I agree 1,000,000% in that. You make it difficult. And it doesn't have to be difficult. I just shared with you, and those of you who are joining late, go listen to my story. My whole story is what Trisha's talking about. I just started following the things that I love to do that were easy, that were fun, and learned about them. Let's play with tarot. Wow, all of a sudden I'm a certified in tarot and I'm teaching a tarot class, Tarot for Your Soul. You go after the things that you love. It's super important. This is great. Okay, so now I want to go back and just say thank you, Trisha, for that. Janice, I got that. My wizard power, I got that. Anne said, help get kids back in touch with healthy food by learning to garden. I love that, Anne. Love it. Community garden. See if you can do a community garden and get the schools to bring the kids there. All of a sudden, you're engaged in your mastery and you're doing something you absolutely love. And before you know it, parents may be like, hey, can you come to my house and do this for a party for the kids and show them and educate them? And all of a sudden you got a career. And you're like, how did that happen? I just followed my joy. And now I got a career? What? So I really want you guys to follow what I'm saying. Okay. So now anybody, hi, Mary, anybody. So Juliana, let me help you. And anybody who's stuck, I want to help you right now, but let's do this together. So that before I go into Juliana, the next question I have for you, you all wrote great things. What the F is stopping you? What is stopping you from doing it? Your mindset? Your belief that it can't happen? Maybe you've worked really hard at something and it didn't come true. What is stopping you from doing it? That's what I want to know. And if anything's stopping you, some of my soul starts here, I know they're doing it. I know them, right? So what's stopping you from doing it? Is it too big? I don't know how to do it. It's too big. Then niche it down. I just said to to Anne, go find out if there's a community garden you can go help people with. Go talk to a grammar school and see if you can invite them to your garden and show them how to plant. And the importance of food. They can grow in, like so many people learned this during COVID. People are like doing, I don't know what they're called, those gardens in their house in the pots. You don't need a backyard. What an education. So I just want to go to Juliana. She said, still thinking I'm in art of help the healers who sometimes get stuck, healing healers. Yeah, let me tell you something about healers. Healers need other healers. When I was doing my reading work, even now, I've got coaches like crazy. We always need other people. Okay, so now let's see. Great. I love this, Carol Lee. Puppies, unicorns, pets, and metaphysical shop, rehiring rescue animals, crystal healings, and crystal energy healing. I love this. Love it. Christine says nothing's keeping her. She's all in, and she is. Good for you, Christine. Not sure where to start. Okay. So the first place you want to start is every day. One of the first things you can do, Angel, is every morning wake up and go, I'm a healer. I'm a healer. I'm a healer. Thank you. I'm a healer. Thank you. I'm a healer. Then give gratitude. Thank you. I'm a healer. I'm a healer. That's one of the first things you can do. Because you're retraining yourself. You're thinking about it. You're putting it in consciousness. You're putting it front and center. And you're thinking about it, and you're going to start doing it. Things are going to start popping in your way. I got to share a really quick story because I like sharing it. But I'm here for you guys. I'm here to help. I'm here to coach now. Yesterday, I saw something that infuriated me. And it was about how, do my program and it's 100% going to cure you and it's 100% actionable and it's great. And I know the person and I'm like, man, she really is drank her own Kool-Aid. And so first I was like, am I jealous? What's going on with me? I might be a little jealous. What's going on? And then I went further. And during that, I was thinking about it and I even said it. And I'm like, I'm just so tired of these people saying you're going to be 100% cured when we know everything is an evolution, that you go to another level. So I'm like sitting with this and it's pissing me off. And I'm so tired of these spiritual teachers that are phony. And I'm like, okay, this is really bothering me. So last night I went to bed and I'm like, show me on YouTube what you want me to watch, Spirit. Just show me. So I watched a couple of things. I watched Brene Brown, Mel Robbins talk about anxiety. I'm like, God, I love the way they teach. They teach from their own pain, their own vulnerability. That's the kind of teacher I am. The person I'm thinking about, acts as if everything's great. And then I read something, and then I'm not going to go through my whole journey. But this morning, the light bulb moment. I wrote a post about taking a stand. It fuels my fire to be the teacher I am. Now, I may not be for everybody, right? That person who's teaching whatever she's teaching, great for those people who are learning from her. It's not my audience. My audience is going to be, here are the techniques, here are the tools. You're going to have some dark moments, but this toolbox, it's going to friggin' carry you through. It's going to help you, and you're going to get enlightenment, and you're going to evolve. Promise you, but you got to do the work. I'm not holding this golden key that if you do it once, you're cured. Here's the key to the kingdom, to the heart, your heart and soul, all the answers inside of you, but you got to do the work. Those are my people. So I got clear this morning, and it's not about jealousy. It's about my passion for getting my message out there. So Angel, when you ask not sure where to start and you get frozen in time, that's not a place to stay. You can't stay there because you're going to have another birthday, girl, and you're going to be like, frig, I'm getting older. What am I doing? And you can't do that anymore. So you have to start somewhere. So you start with this. Habit. Everything is habit. I did a Q&A yesterday, a membership, and they were asking about drinking and eating because a lot of people struggled with that with COVID. I didn't because I went on a diet right before COVID. And so I was in the routine, thankfully. But like a month ago, I started getting into that habit again of like drinking vodka. I don't get drunk, but I like to take a chill. And I'm like, I got to stop this habit. And I got bit by a tick and I had to go on antibiotics. So I wasn't drinking every night, but it was like 3 nights in a row. And that's too much for me. Once a week is enough. And the antibiotic made me quit the habit. It's habit forming. Stop the habit. Start a healthier habit. Am I making sense, or am I just throwing a bunch of shit at you? And I'm just like, sometimes I do that because I have so much information that floods me at once that it's really hard sometimes for me to get it out in a streamlined sense. But I also don't like holding back. I'm not a person to hold back. I want people to have change, real results. So put the word soul in if you want my gift. Join SASS.com if you want to join. So what I love about this is Juliana says my imposter syndrome, but I'm working on it. So a lot of people can relate to this, Juliana. I know that I had this at NBC Olympics. I didn't have it. That's where I had to work on it because that's where I got the Emmy from, right? And I was working, and the senior VP is like, we want to keep you here. The contracts are going to kick in 4 months. So she called MSNBC. I went for an interview there. She's like, we want to hide you in the company somewhere for 4 months. Then we're going to bring you back on, and we want you to work with us, you know? And I was like, man, why would they? I did a shitty job. Why did they want me to work for them? And I had to tell her I was leaving television at that point. I went to the interview, and then I went into her office, and I was like, it's not for me anymore. But I struggled with imposter syndrome. I was like, I really wasn't that good. I was like half in, half out. I was already like acting on the side. I was pursuing acting. I wasn't acting. And I had to work on that because it wasn't true. And you have to know where it came from. So for me, it actually came from my mother. I used to be one of these people that would walk around and compliment. I compliment people. If I like something, I compliment them. I don't care who you are. You could be across the street and I could be in my car and I'm like, great dress. It's just who I am. I love making people feel good. And my mother said to me, Mrs. P across the street said you're a phony because you do that. I think you're a phony. Where do you think imposter syndrome? I was like, wow, my mother thinks I'm phony. And then I had to like work through it a little bit in therapy. And I was like, it's who I am. I noticed something beautiful about someone and I have to compliment them. So know where that came from. Change that habit. It's not a belief. Up until now, I had imposter syndrome. Susan, I would like you to start with just picking a social media platform or looking at a store in the neighborhood that does design or looking at places where the job postings, a lot of times I think like where you would be really great at is like someone like me who bought a house, who wants to make it a home, right? When each house that I bought, but I couldn't afford like a high-end designer then. I was too afraid. And the designers I got were great because they were able to, and a lot of designers are like, spend $25,000 on this piece. And I'm like, my cats are going to claw the shit out of that. Oops, I cursed. My cats are going to claw the heck out of that. I'm not going to buy $25,000 worth. First of all, I wouldn't spend money like that anyway. It's just not me. So finding a designer that can really work with you in your budget, and it's not about being because I paid them, but it's about finding somebody you can really make happy. So just start exploring where those people are looking for people like you. I am going part-time as a nurse to pursue this area's hypnosis at the end of the month. Good for you. That's an SFA graduate. Susan is too. So I love that Susan's clear on that now. In a place where I do not know anyone. So that's an excuse. Sorry, Angel, I love you. It's an excuse. Doesn't matter to me. Get on an online community. Lisa, Susan, Juliana, Christine, they're all in my membership. They don't know each other. Major friendships are formed in that group. Major friendships. Now, you may not be able to afford something like that. I don't know what your situation is, but I'm sorry. If you're going to work with me, I'm going to kick your butt and say that's an excuse. I don't know anybody here. I don't want to know anybody here. I don't know anybody here. I play tennis. I leave. It is for me, my friend, some of my closest friends I've never even seen in the physical. And they're the people I'm constantly calling and texting and talking to. So I'm sorry, honey, but I want to see you succeed. I think I'm your cup of tea, so it's okay. Just beginning to niche it down and get it out there. Good, good, good. Juliana agreed. Okay, so let me see if anybody's struggling. And before, because I'm going to go in a minute. Remember to put, because I have to do another Q&A. Remember to put soul in to get your gift. And remember, if you're really liking this and you're feeling like you're getting some clarity, put in joinsass.com, joinsass.com, because you're not going to regret it. You're really not going to regret it. It's going to help. Let me see. MK. For me, I'm holding back until I have most of my areas swept in. I only started loving myself this last year. I'm rolling towards my plan B. MK, I'm not worried about you because I see you in membership for your soul, and I see you making headway, and I see you doing the work. The thing that I would say to you, sweetie, and anybody else, come on, I'm on for another like 10. What time is my next Q&A? Oh, I got to go in a few minutes. I'm on for another like 8 minutes, right? So give me your questions. What I'd like for you, MK, I'd like you to set a date. Susan, I'd like you to set a date too. I want you to set a date that says by March 1st of next year, I'm going to be doing such and such. If you don't set a date, you're willy-nilly. You got to set a date. And that's what I did. And that's every time I made a major change, I'd be like, all right, I'm not going to be here in 6 months, or by October, like my date for my second podcast is October 31st of this year. It's making me do it. I hope it gets done. It's really big undertaking, but no matter what, that's my date. So it keeps me accountable to myself. Yes, the best thing I did started with the statement, I'm a wizard, and today I'm a powerful witch. I'm all in to get the best version of me. Good for you. Do the work, the magic unfolds. Yes, Dashka, good for you, sweetie. Dashka did SFA, graduated from a healing certification program with I think they published her work. I can't remember. And she is a mom and a nurse during COVID. Like, come on, Dashka. Have you celebrated yourself for all those things? I'm glad that makes sense, sweetie. Okay. Getting more clarity. Good, Ann. I love Stop the Bad Habit. Check yourselves. Great. Soul, Nakia. Just before the pandemic, I was asking Dignity Health to teach adults in their location. I love this, Maurice. Love this. So I want to tell you a story, Maurice. Before I left New York City, I have a passion for teenage moms, teenage pregnant moms. I was never pregnant as a teenager, but I think because my mom was such a struggling single mother, I have such a passion for it. So before I left New York City, I didn't know I was leaving New York City. I went to a home for teenage pregnant mothers, and I learned about them. I wanted to bring art to them, writing, journaling, improv. I just wanted them to have an outlet because I know that they needed tools and techniques. And I went and met with them with the thing, and I got educated. Like some of these mothers, and it's still a passion of mine that I'm going to do something with them. They never had a home. They've never had a home, and now they're giving a baby. They've been in foster care their whole lives. And I was so like, I couldn't wait. I was going to do this program, and they never called me again. And literally 2 days before I was moving to LA, they called me and said, we changed heads of the organization. We'd like you to come in now and do this. And I said, I can't, I'm moving. And then I tried to find a place in LA, and it was never the right fit. I tried teenage homelessness. I tried different things. And so what I love about this, Maurice, is do it. I guarantee, part of my business, the charity down the line, will be helping teenage mothers to go to school so that they could educate themselves, become who they want to be, and then educate their kids. So take that passion and do something with it. When I have volunteer time, I'll probably go into something like that. I volunteered in pet therapy with Micah. Do stuff like that. Great. MK says she'll set a diet. SASS definitely lights a fire under your feet. Thank you, Dashka. So guys, remember, if you're just joining, I have a free gift. So go to soul, right? Soul in the comments. Soul in the comments, you'll get the free gift. If you're liking what you're hearing and you're really ready to change your life, and you're not going to do another birthday where you're in the same friggin' place, COVID restrictions are lifting. Has your life shifted? Now's the time to get going. You're ready to end that marriage. You're ready to move that career. You're ready to move, period. Join SASS.com. Okay? Join SASS.com. All right. I just took a sales job that I could not have anticipated, and believing I'm still on the right path. You are, Kim. You totally are. You really are. I don't think it's a big deal at all for you. Alicia's here. Hello, Alicia. I hear you're going to be doing SASS with us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I can't wait to get to know you. I know that Lisa invited you. Unfortunately, I'm about to be done because I have to go and do readings, but I'm really looking forward to meeting you in SASS. So remember, guys, I'm going to reiterate what I said, but put in the word soul if you're just joining. Please share this if you feel that this is helpful. If something confused you, let me know down below, because sometimes, like I said, I get a lot of information, and as much as like some people might come into their lives prepared, I don't. I kind of just write something and then I jump on and just feel the energy. My nose is itchy. So what I want to say to you is this is what we've discussed. So I just want to reiterate this. Soul alignment is more important than purpose. Soul alignment is more important than purpose. Whatever brings you joy is meant to be part of your purpose. Whatever brings you joy is meant to be part of your purpose. Your passion and your joy is your purpose. Your passion and your joy is your purpose. What you wanted to do when you were younger and why is still alive in you today. What you wanted to do when you were younger and why is still alive in you today. So I'm going to reiterate these. 1, soul alignment is more important than your purpose. Your joy and your passion aligns you with your soul, which brings you into purpose. Your joy and your passion aligns you with your soul and brings you into your purpose. And I don't want you to edit out. I want you to remember who you were. So what you wanted to be when you were younger and why. I want you to take what you wanted to be when you were younger and why, your joy, your passion, put them all together, and that becomes your purpose. I'll type it out real fast. I don't know if I can. Can't type it out. So just reiterate that. Just listen to it again. Somebody wants to type it out. Go ahead. Thank you so much, guys. And remember, go to Soul and also join SASS.com. Join SASS.com if you want to join us for the live version, like me going live, a lot of coaches. It's going to be a really great experience. It's really a lot of fun. I haven't seen anybody come out. I haven't heard from anybody. I'm sure there's like one person. There's always a couple people, right? You don't drink my Kool-Aid. Some people, I'm not their Kool-Aid. But the majority of people, I haven't heard anything except that it's been a life-changing experience for people. That's the truth. So if this, I can stand behind that. So I know this. Thank you, Kim. All right, Alicia, I look forward to getting to meet you. Nikia, get into Soul. Get into SASS. Sal, get into SASS. Dashka and all of them are going to be in it. MK, I think that's where we met and you joined membership. Yeah. Angel, you need to get into SASS. Even if you can't join SFA or anything, you need to get into SASS. All right, guys. Much love to all of you. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for being here. Please give me your biggest takeaway. By you writing your biggest takeaway, you become a domino effect for everybody else. By you writing something, your biggest takeaway, you help me. It's not me. You get to teach someone else something. And that's what's important to me because I like giving a mouth to many. In all my programs, I always have people moderating or coaching or teaching. You give a mouth, I give a mouth to many. Mouth to many. Share your takeaways. Share this video. And by doing that, you're engaging that light inside of you to help others. So, and that's what many of you want to do. So I would really love to see that down below. All right, I got to go. Much love to all of you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.